and thank you for coming out to support our Military and Global Leadership Academy Class of 2012 graduation.
It's time.
My name is Kimberly Robinson, and it is truly an honor to stand before you today as a valedictorian of my class. Honestly, I wasn't exactly sure what I wanted to say tonight in this speech. It took me the longest time to even start writing it. See, I wanted a speech that would cover all the basics. An intro, some memories, a few quotes, a concluding message to my graduating class, a thank you to those people who helped us along the way, and still managed to keep you all awake. The only problem was, I didn't quite know how to say it. There's a lot I could say. There's a lot of feelings and emotions that come up when I think about my last 4 years of school at the Military and Global Leadership Academy. I can talk about how easy it was to get dressed in the morning thanks to our stylish gray and black uniforms. No, we're really gonna miss those uniforms. I can talk about how we learned not to plagiarize in Miss Norris's class thanks to our powerful lectures. Miss Lazuski, I can talk about how I spent that dreadful day in ISS. My tears had no effect on you. I could talk about having assigned seats at lunch in the cafeteria, sitting by squads and having Colonel Cloyd yell at us. That surely helped our digestion. I could talk about online AP calculus with Carla and Carlin, but ooh, I'd rather not. I could talk about being commander. Then again, I could talk about not being commander. So, there's a lot I could talk about from my experience as a cadet at MGLA. Well, y'all, I'll tell you, as Langston Hughes would say, life for us ain't been no crystal stair. It's had tacks in it, and splinters, and boards torn up, and places with no carpet on the floor. Bare. With a graduating class of 22 cadets, these past 4 years have been a long, hard, exhaustive journey.
She's not gonna cry.
It wasn't always fun or easy.
She's not gonna cry.
In 2008, we came into MGLA as freshmen, not knowing what to expect from this new school or what lay ahead of us. We built friendships from the ground up, and eventually those friendships became more of a family. I've met some of my best friends, Carla Batchers, that girl who stared me down in 9th grade world history, and Carlin Harborough, that dude from JRTC that I thought was crazy. The three musketeers, Aquarius Jackson, Anthony Dottie, and Tashara Dawson became thick as thieves. Maggie Chisholm and Shantasia Hill became sisters for life. As part of the 2012 family, we all learned how to support each other through good times and bad times. We built bonds that have grown and stood the test of time. High school is a totally different animal, but the Military and Global Leadership Academy is one like no other. No one teaches you how to fit in, balance your AP honors level course load with your social life, and move up in rank. Not to mention, typical high schools don't even have rank. We were expected to be leaders, inside and outside the classroom. We were expected to put our teenage impulses on hold and become more than what we thought we were capable of being. So what did we do? We wore our uniforms on the wrong day. Class A instead of gray. I wore my watch that looked like a bracelet and nearly got my head bit off. We wore white socks instead of black. We wore earrings that were 2 sizes too big. We wore the wrong colored shoes, not all black, but black with white stripes. We forgot our belts, ties, and neckties, and even forgot how to address our JRTC instructors. Oftentimes, we were rebels without a cause, looking for any way to branch out and show our individuality. If I learned nothing more from the front lean and rest, that's the push-up position for all you civilians. Army inspections, morning formations, and other tedious requirements and expectations, I've learned discipline, and that I have more strength than I ever knew. Senior year has been like the drop zone at Carowinds. It started out real slow, then plunged us down so fast it felt like we were going to throw up. Deadlines came fast and furious. SAT scores were needed for college. Applications and enrollment fees were due. Senior exit projects, final exams, AP exams, and it all seemed like they were due on the same day. We had all of these tasks, all the while we were stressing about being accepted to the colleges we wanted to go to, and what in the world we were going to do with the rest of our lives. It was rough, but all the while we've been climbing on and reaching landings and turning corners, and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. We've had our good times too, though. These are the things that we'll look back on and smile. The things that brought us all closer together. The senior car wash, the military ball, prom, senior luncheon, and last, but definitely not least, senior trip.
Where'd they go?
Thank
Georgia.
you to the teachers, staff, and PTA that made those events possible. Throughout all these years, I would like to thank God for being a constant source of motivation and perseverance. Through these 4 years, I've had to call on him a number of times just to get me through, and he has never let me down. I would like to thank Ms. Jackson. You were always like my second mama. You kept me in line and gave me a shoulder to lean on and cry on multiple occasions. I would like to thank Ms. Peeler for all your words of wisdom and for helping me through the college application process. I know you'll miss me popping into your office at random times during the day. Ms. Lizuski, you've challenged me to think outside of the box and have allowed me to express myself without judgment. Mr. Mays, I always thought of you as my grandpa. You've taken me under your wing and steered me in the right direction. Ms. Lomack, your prayers did not go unanswered. Mr. Brace, I finally wrote my speech. I would like to thank my friends who've always had my back and have helped me deal with every last one of my issues, including this speech. You all are truly the best. I would like to thank my brother, Jordan. I know you think I'm crazy, kid, and we might not always see eye to eye, but I love you. To my family, I thank you all for coming from both near and far to support me tonight. God has truly blessed me. Lastly, I would like to thank my parents. My dad for his advice and support throughout all these years. I know I added more than a few gray hairs to your head. To my mom, Hover, as we call her, who I had the pleasure of spending my 12th grade year with as she became a teacher here at MGLA. I love you, woman. Thank you for everything you've done in my life. Through all the blood, sweat, and tears, we finally made it. To the graduating class of 2012, I would like to say congratulations on your achievements and much success in the future. This is the first major milestone of your lives. Not a place for you to stop, but a place for you to push yourselves to accomplish even more. So don't you turn back. Don't you sit down on the steps, because you find it's kind of hard. So you keep on climbing and reaching landings and turning corners. Sometimes you'll be in the dark, and there won't be no light. But don't you fall now, for I still climb. I'm still going on. Kevin Costner recently said in a famous farewell, "Off we go." So I say to you now, off we go, class of 2012. Off we go.